Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Promoted Sandra, and on this channel I do everything related to pattern drafting, cutting and sewing tutorials, DIYs. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I made this beautiful cowl neck dress. So I'm going to be showing you how to cut and sew it. So if this is something you're interested in, do well to keep up watching, and please don't forget to comment. This really help my algorithm a lot, and I want to appreciate you guys for 40k subscribers. We are on our way to 50k. Please do well to subscribe, like, share with your friends. Without further ado, let us move into this video. So this is the fabric I'm going to be using. It's called Duchess, and I have 2.5 yards of fabric here with me. So I would advise you to get 3 yards, okay, to be on the safer side. So I'm just going to go ahead and open up my fabric like this. Okay, so I've gone ahead to fold my fabric into 2. I'm going to be cutting the back first before the front. So I'm going to be making use of this basic gown pattern for this tutorial. I already have the video up there on how to draft the basic gown pattern. If you've not watched it, I will advise you to go and watch it so that you understand this video better. And this is the back part of the gown pattern. Okay, so I'm going to be cutting the back part of this dress first before the front. So I'll go ahead and pin it to my fabric. Okay, remember my fabric is folded into 2. I'll go ahead and pin it down just like as you can see me doing. So once I was done pinning it, I'm just going to go ahead and take the full length of this gown. So the gown pattern I drafted is not as long as I want this dress to be. Okay, so I'll go ahead and measure the length of this gown. It's very easy. Just go ahead and measure the length of the gown you're working with. So the length of this gown is going to be about 40 something inches. I can't really remember. So just go ahead and measure your own. Go ahead and measure how long you want your gown to be. So I will measure the allowance I added at the down, because when I'm cutting the front, I'm still going to go ahead and extend the front by whatever I added at the back. So once I was done with that, I will go ahead and cut it out just like as you can see me doing. So I'll go ahead and cut out the zipper area like this. So I will go ahead and cut out the neck area. I will not cut through the exact pattern paper I have on my fabric. I will add joining allowance at the neck and also at the shoulder. Okay, half an inch for joining. So for the down here, I'll go ahead and pin it down. Before cutting it down, I will measure what I have here. Just watch out what I'm doing, and I will replace it at the end of this fabric here like this. I will mark the points there. Then I will go ahead and extend the length like this. I'll go ahead and extend it using my ruler. So I'll go ahead and remove the pin, okay, like this. Then I will keep it outside. So I will go ahead and fold another fabric into 2 like this. Okay, I will fold it into 2. This side that is closed is going to be serving as the center front, and this side that is open is going to be serving as the side front. So I'll go ahead and I'll place my pattern paper on it like this, and I'm still using the back pattern paper for the front. Okay, so but before I do that, I'll go ahead and fold in the zipper allowance just like as you can see me doing. I'll go ahead and fold in the zipper allowance before using it to cut out the front part. So after folding it in, I'll go ahead and splash and open this and front part from the chest line. I will just open it like this, like I will open it to the armhole area. Then I will place it on my fabric, the side that is closed. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. But before pinning it to my fabric, I will make sure I have extra 7 to 8 inches allowance at the top of this fabric before pinning the pattern paper on it. So after pinning it, I'll go ahead and separate the front side like this, like raise it up. Then I will measure 7 inches. Do you see how I am placing my tape? I'll measure 7 inches like this. I don't want my cleavage to be too deep, like this cowl neck. I don't want it to be too deep. If you want your cleavage to be deep, you can go down by 8, 9, 10 inches. But for me, you see how mine look like on the picture. I went up by 7 inches. Then I'll go ahead and pin it down like this on my fabric. So I will mark a straight line from the neckline like this. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. I'll mark a straight line like this. After marking it, I'll go ahead and cut it out like this. I will cut through the neckline like this. I'll cut the shoulder as well. Then I added half an inch to the shoulder for joining allowance. Then I will cut the armhole. I will cut the side like this. Don't forget, when I was cutting the back, I added extra allowance to the back, so I'll go ahead and mark that allowance I added, which is 10 inches. Okay, so I'll mark that 10 inches like this. I'll go ahead and mark a straight line across using my ruler. Then I will also replace the length I have on the pattern or the pattern paper at the down. Just like what I did for the back is what I'm doing for the front. Okay, so I'll go ahead and cut it out after marking it like this. So I'll go ahead and remove the pattern paper from the front like this. I'm just going to go ahead and open it up like this, just like as you can see me doing. So this neck area, and I know that if let's say for instance I'm done sewing it, this is how the front is going to look like, and I don't like it. You can even see the back neckline showing on the front dress. I hope you guys can see the curve there. So I'm going to go ahead and make this like a V. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this part out. So I'll just mark a slant line from the shoulder to somewhere else. There's no special measurement for this, so I'll just mark a slant line like a V. I will go ahead and cut it out, and I will do the same thing for the other side. So after cutting it, this is how it's going to look like. You can see that it looks like V. So I'm just going to cut the lining for the front. So I've gone ahead to open up a piece of fabric, and I will place the front part of it on this piece of fabric, and I will go ahead and pin it down. Okay, so I'm about to cut the lining. So I'll go ahead and cut the shoulder, the neckline like this. I will cut the armhole as well. So you can determine how long you want the lining to be. So I don't want the lining to be too long. So after cutting it, I'll go ahead and remove the front part. So I'll just go ahead and cut it. I just want to make it short like this. So I'll go ahead and place the front part on the lining like this again. I will pin it down. Make sure the right side is facing each other. The right side of the lining is facing the right side of the fabric. And after pinning it, I'll take to the sewing machine and sew it with half an inch like this. So this is a piece. We'll go ahead and cut out the lining for the back as well. So the lining was not enough, it was not long enough. I went ahead to join it, like join another piece to this piece I have here, just to cut the lining for the back. So I've gone ahead to join it, as you can see. So I'm just going to go ahead and join the neckline, like so, the neckline of the back. Then I will top stitch, just like as you can see me doing. So after sewing it, I'll go ahead and sew the zipper area like this. So guys, a quick one. After sewing it and after wearing it, I discovered that the line was showing on my dress, like it was showing. So I later went ahead to remove, like to lose out that half inch I added to it. So it's not advisable for you to join any piece when you are sewing white or something like this. That's why I advise you guys to get 3 yards of fabric instead of 2.5 yards. So I've gone ahead to sew the front, and after sewing it, I'm just going to go ahead and notch it, just like as you can see me doing. After notching it, I went ahead to turn it to the inside, like to the back, and I went ahead to iron it, and this is how it look like. So I've gone ahead to iron it. This is just giving the cowl neck effect already. You can see it's already giving. So this is the back part of the dress. I've gone ahead to sew it, iron it out, lining it, do everything. Okay, so I'm going to be placing it like this, right side facing each other. So I'm going to pin it down, because the next thing I'm about to do is to go ahead and join the back together. So I'll measure how long I want the zip to be at the back. There is the zipper allowance, which is 22 inches. I will mark a point there. From that point, I will go in by 1 inch for the allowance at the back. I will just mark 1 inch downward. Then from the down like this, I will measure 6 inches upward. I will advise you to measure 5 inches instead upward for the zipper allowance. I will just connect it like this. Then I will take to the same machine and sew it. The line might not be really showing because the chalk I'm using is kind of a faint color. This is a white fabric. I don't want it to be, I can't use sharp colors. I hope you guys understand. So after joining it, this is how it look like. So right now, I'm just going to go ahead and join the front part to the back part like this. So I'll go ahead and pin the shoulder together just like this. So I will also join the other shoulder together like this. So once I was done with that, I will go ahead and join the sides together like this. So please, if you are still watching me, you've not liked, comment, please do it to like and comment. This really helped my algorithm a lot. I will take to the same machine. I will sew this side with 1/2 inch. I will sew this other side with 1/2 inch. Then I'll go ahead and join this other side, okay, like this. I hope you guys are see what I'm doing. After joining it, I will come to the armhole area this way here. I will come down by 1.5 inch. That is where my sewing is going to start from. Okay, remember I'm going to be adding sleeve to the dress. So from this 1.5 inch, I will minus the allowance I added when I was drafting on my pattern. So if you added 1 inch as the sewing allowance, that is what you are going to minus. If you added 1.5 inch, that is what you are going to minus. But I have a video coming up soon on how to shape your dress. I will just go ahead and connect all the points together. I have a video coming up soon on how to shape your dress. So if you're interested in that, do it to keep following and subscribe, turn on post notifications so that whenever I upload the video, you will get notified. So I will teach you how to shape your dress perfectly, even if you are sewing for someone that is not within your community. So after I was done sewing it, I now discovered that I didn't take the darts for the back. So please just learn this now. Make sure you take the dart for the back, so the dart for the back before joining the front and the back together. So I'm still going to go ahead and sew it. So I've gone ahead to sew it, but I didn't lose the dress again. I just went ahead to sew it. Okay, so maybe on my next gown tutorial you'll be seeing how to sew the dart for a gown, but if you already know how to do that, then just go ahead and do that. So this is how it looked like after I was done sewing the side. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is to go ahead and cut out the sleeve for this dress. Okay, please pay attention to the sleeve part. So I've gone ahead to fold my fabric into 2, then I'll go ahead and fold it into 2 again, which is going to make it 4 pieces, which is going to be for the 2 sleeves. Okay, so this is the inspiration for the sleeve, this dress on the screen. So I'm just going to come at the I will come to the beginning of this sleeve like this. I will mark down 4 inches. I will mark 4 inches downwards like this. Then I will mark in 2 inches from the center front of the sleeve. I will connect a curve line from the beginning to this other 4 inches I mark here. Like, do you see how I connected this? You might not see it because of the color of the check. I'm making use of yellow color on white. Okay, so I'll go ahead and measure what I have like this. I will divide my armhole by 2. I will mark it. I will add 1.5 inch joining allowance. I will mark it here like this. Then from the beginning of the sleeve, I will mark my ankle measurement, the length of my ankle. I will mark it here like this. I will divide my ankle by 2. I will add 1.5 inch joining allowance. I will mark it here like this. Then I will mark the full length of this sleeve. The full length is 25 inches. So my full length of sleeve is 22 inches. I added extra 3 inches. So go ahead and mark and measure your full length of your sleeve and add extra 3 inches or 2 inches. Then I will mark a straight line across at the end here. So after marking a straight line across there, I will measure my wrist measurement. My wrist is 8 divided by 2 is 4. Therefore I will add another 4 to 8, which is going to make it 8 inches. So still the same. I will mark a point here. So from this end here like this, I will come up by 2 inches like this. From that 2 inches, I will mark a slant line to meet the beginning, like the end part, like a slant line. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. So from this point here like this, I will come up by 3 inches because that was what I added as the extra allowance. Then from this point, I will divide my wrist by 2, which is going to give me 4. I will mark a point there, which is 4 inches. From that 4 inches, I will mark a slant line to meet the end of this sleeve. Okay, then I'll go ahead and connect all the points together like this, from the ankle to the wrist, from the armhole to the ankle. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out. You might not necessarily see this, okay, because of the color of the check, but maybe on my next video I'll make a tutorial on how to draft a sleeve. Okay, so if you want me to make a video of that, let me know at the comment section, because I wouldn't want to make a video that you guys are not interested in. So I've gone ahead to cut it out. Okay, this is how it's going to look like. I will notch the middle like this. That is the center. So I'll go ahead and separate the two sleeve. So remember, I divided my wrist by 2 inches, so that part where I divided, I will notch it in like this with half an inch. Then I'll take the same machine, I'll fold it like this, I will fold it like this again, I will sew it. Then I'll fold the other side, I will fold it again, I will sew it. Then I will come to the down part, I will fold it into two, I will go ahead and sew it round. I will do the same thing for the other sleeve. Okay, that's the only part I'll be folding round because I'm not going to be sewing that part. So I've gone ahead to sew it. This is my dress. Okay, so this is the sleeve. I've gone ahead to sew it, you can see. So just go ahead and do the same thing. Then I'll go ahead and open up the sleeve. I will pin it at the center, like the shoulder of the dress. I will go ahead and pin it down from one end to the other. So after pinning it, I will take to the same machine and sew it from the beginning like this down to the other side. Okay, and I will also do the same thing for the other side. So once I'm done sewing it, I'll go ahead and attach the sleeve together like this. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing like this. I'll take to the same machine and sew it like this. Okay, so once you are done sewing it, go ahead and iron it out, and this is how it look like on my body. I actually rocked it to my brother's wedding. What do you think about the dress? Is it beautiful? Please leave your favorite emoji at the comment section to express your feeling about this dress, or just leave a comment. This really helped my algorithm a lot, and please do it to like and share with your friends. Good news, guys, I now have a new brand name for my business where I'm going to be posting and showing wedding dresses, all the dresses I've been making ever since. I'm going to be posting it there, and the name of my new brand is now Sandra Culture. Sandra Culture. Please do it to follow it on Instagram. I'm also going to be leaving the link at the comment section. Please follow.